Hello and welcome to Instinctual Acting's Talk, the first episode ever. This is a new thing we're going to be doing this year. We're going to be doing this every month now. So yeah, just a little bit about Instinctual Acting. We're an acting company. We've been running for the last 8 years now. So we've got a sole focus on the actors, but we do have a kind of secondary focus towards the production side of things. So we work with guest directors, guest camera operators, DPs, producers, the whole lot. But it's perfect because it gives actors a chance to work with real crews in an open forum. So my name's Liam and I'm head of coordination here at Instinctual Acting. So I wear many hats, do assistant directing, shooting, editing, events, the whole shebang. Today we've got two of our lovely actors with us, Emily and John. So yeah, tell the lovely people who you are, what you guys do.
Hi, I'm Emily Chalpin. I've been with Instinctual Action for about, just about 2 years now only. I think. I could keep forgetting. But yeah, for about 2 years. I think maybe 2.5, maybe almost 3 years. Might be my third year.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Time passes.
I'm Jonathan Canizales and I've also been at Instinctual Acting for 1.5 years, I want to say. Yeah. Feels like longer. It's good.
Yeah,
there's a lot of workshops, so it feels like a lot longer. So it could be 3, I don't know. Yeah.
But I'm here, I'm about it. Yeah. So just tell me, why did you guys actually join up to Instinctual Acting in the first place? What was your kind of main reason for that?
Well, for me, I actually hadn't done any acting before. And I was living in London, doing different jobs and stuff, and I was working behind the camera. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of like, you know what I want to do? I want to do what they're doing in front of the camera. I wanted to do that side of things. And I was looking for an acting coach or like anything that is like more affordable for someone who like works in London, like needs more part-time, kind of nothing too like structured, if that makes sense. And I was talking to someone at my old job, one of my customers, and he actually recommended Michael to me. And I got in touch and just kind of, here I am now. So
still here 2 or 3 years later.
Yeah, exactly. 2 or 3, who knows?
Yeah. No, it's similar to me. Like I've always wanted to do acting, but acting is a difficult thing to convince yourself that you could do. Yeah. If you know what I mean, because it takes a lot of, I don't know, confidence or something like that. So I wanted to go somewhere where I can really build the fundamentals of acting as a craft.
Yeah.
But in London, there's so many different acting classes and so many different teachers and things like that. And it's interesting that you said someone recommended you because 2 people recommended me to Michael in Instinctual Acting. So the name kind of holds a lot of weight in London. Yeah. So as soon as the second person recommended me, I said, okay.
It's a done deal.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the place to be.
So talk us through your experiences with Instinctual Acting. What do you guys get up to? I mean, obviously I know, but for the people.
Of course. So we have like workshops weekly. Lots of workshops. Yeah.
And what do the workshops include?
They include a variety of different things. So we do different ones coming from like delivery and continuity, audition nights. We go, I've got a list here.
Yeah. There's so many.
There's so many.
We'll read out a list.
So we have movable monologues and presentation nights. Mm-hmm. It's just a little bit like more kind of, you have a monologue, bring it in, and you've learnt it and everything, and you just kind of work on that. Commercial technique, so it's like commercial nights, we'll get some, oh my god, sometimes the most random exercises, but it's always good fun, and like it just kind of bring you out of your comfort zone sometimes, which is always good.
I find that one hard, but it's good.
Yeah, it can be a bit more challenging, but it's always feels a bit rewarding at the end, I guess.
I think that's it with these classes though, it is primarily about getting you out of your comfort zone and being in a space where you can interact with other actors without being on like a big production set where you're in the zone then. It's a free kind of forum for you guys, I guess.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. And it's just, even if you don't want to be an actor, even just getting out of your comfort zone in this way, even at your job, you're more confident, right, if you need to present and things like that. So that one, the presentation especially, is really good for that.
Yeah, it's good.
What else?
But yeah, we do audition nights, so we get a script and we'll learn a bit, and it's kind of like almost like a mock audition, like a practice audition. You get like the feedback like you would at a normal audition. So it's quite a good one. It prepares you for like what you're actually going to be dealing with.
That's what I was going to say actually. What kind of impact have the workshops and stuff like that had on you when it comes to like castings? So when you go to the casting room, what benefits that had to you?
The workshops teach you to, I don't know if you agree with this, but expect the unexpected and to just be able to go into a room and relax, or do a self-tape or be on Zoom and relax. And that's something that is, in acting, in my opinion anyway, is just so important, being able to relax, because it allows your instincts to come out, and you can always see when someone is tense on film. The camera picks it up. And like from my own personal experience, we did a Zoom audition night like a few weeks before I had a Zoom audition. And in the Zoom audition, I was like, this is so much easier than the actual workshop. So I was so comfortable. So that one, I really like that one. It helps practically in the industry.
Are there a lot of Zoom castings now then?
I'm getting a lot.
I haven't been looking just yet.
No,
Like that's my goal this year, is to look for more auditions and stuff. But previously, I just wanted to get like to the confidence of being at that point where I can confidently go into the auditions. And so that's me this year, I think.
So you was in the camera department first then?
Well, kind of. I did runner jobs because I knew like I wanted to work in film and TV somewhere. I was like, do I want to do media side? Do I want to do this side? So I was like, let me just try out little different bits. So I did runner jobs on like commercial and music video productions, just a few, which were fun. But I just realised like I
want to be the other side.
Yeah, exactly. It made me realise that that's what I wanted to do, which is always good.
Nice.
I had a job like that as well. I was production assistant on a show. Similar.
Screw this.
This isn't for me.
That looks more fun.
I want to be the talent you get waiting on.
I want to
lugging lighting stands and stuff up and downstairs. I'm definitely behind the camera kind of person, to be honest. I don't really like being on camera too much. Like, I don't like podcast and stuff is fine. Like when it comes to acting, I think you've either got that streak in or you don't.
Yeah, I get that. I do.
You say that, but I reckon if you came to a couple workshops, you'd start to be like,
What, and be on the other side?
Yeah, on the other side.
I don't know, man.
You have to try first.
You're selling me on it. So what other workshops have we got coming up?
So we've got a comedy store one, which is quite good. We do character development. That's one of the good ones because it's like really lets you focus on like how to like just hone your character that you're doing that night. It will be just for a night, which is great because then the next time you're doing a different one. Self-tape workshops, that's always a really useful one. And then I think
I've got a list because there's so many. So then we have Saturday special workshops, which is kind of, I think that's Michael picks. It's a surprise. It keeps you on your toes and things like that. It also might be shoots on Saturdays where we're picking a script or a new script and we're actually shooting it. American dialect class, that one is so helpful. Because
that sounds pretty good actually.
With Alexander Morgan, he's amazing at accents, and just watching him flip between accents randomly is so fun to watch.
I've only worked with him once. Never been to one of the classes, but I did one of the like the one-to-one things right back near the beginning of like starting. But I need to work with him again. It's great.
Dialect is one I don't miss. I really like it.
I need to
shooting improv again. That was a fun one. We actually did my first improv. We did one. And it was comedy.
So. Was it the?
We had to improv a bank heist.
That was fun. That was a good
Then
one.
we have Roundup Workshop, which is you read a whole script and then you pick 3 different scenes to show the arc of your character, and you have to kind of
sick.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Really good and really hard and a real good exercise because you have to act it out physically in front of an audience. That one's great. Acting as a business and how to produce your film. We had one of those, and I think this is coming more this year. It's just important knowledge, right?
Massively.
If you're an actor, you're basically self-employed, so you have to be a business. Then we have, I think that's it. Those are all of them. And I'm going to try and get to as many as possible.
Trying to do more different ones this year, because last year I used to kind of go to like most of the same ones. Just because it would fall on the right nights. I'm going to try and do more of the interesting, unique ones this year.
So lots,
So just in regards to the workshop still, so a couple of points I wanted to talk about is kind of some of the guest directors you guys have got to work with and how working with different directors has helped you as well.
Personally, I love it because I love getting a different person's perspective, and like as much as like someone will tell you one thing, like another one of the directors will tell you a different thing, and it's just nice to like show you that like not everyone has the same ideas. So when you're going in with like different directors, we've had like quite a few this year, and they're all lovely. Like they're all really nice, which just helps. Like almost gives you more confidence for going out into like the real world and doing it, because you're like, oh, these are the real directors. Yeah, they might actually be just as lovely.
Yeah,
it's just nice to like hear from different people, and like when we have multiple directors in one room, sometimes they conflict on their opinions, which is actually quite interesting to see.
That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Sit and battle it out.
It's just a bit like, oh, okay, so what we're doing, but it's cool.
And it also shows you there's no right answer in acting, which is something before I came, when I was like really new. I'm still new, but before I even started, I was always thinking, how did you get that right answer? How does this look so good? And actually, there is no right answer. It's what you feel in the moment.
That's the point, actually. So, with obviously, when we do the workshops, we use pre-existing scripts, like from successful series and features and things like that. And I've spoken to a lot of the actors about this, and a lot of them say they don't watch the series before they just read the script, because they don't want to end up emulating someone else's performance and copying that just from instinct. Do you guys do the same? Do you watch it or do you not watch it?
Mine is, I usually don't. Some of the things that we have done I have watched before, but I try and like as much as possible remove myself from that character, because that's that person's perspective of the character. So you kind of got to be like, that's what they thought, and think your own thing, and like try and, although sometimes you can get into kind of like, well, that's kind of, you kind of can go into it if you've seen it before, so I get why people don't watch it. It makes more sense not to be honest, and then watch it after and be like, oh, okay, that's how they did it.
To be honest, when I first started doing workshops, I would watch it and be like, I want to be like this, and I was emulating, but Michael drummed it into us. Don't watch it. Make your own choices.
Exactly.
And again, that's something you learn through experience. It's like, oh yeah, that was the complete wrong idea to try and watch something and
if we're going by like the instinctual acting thing, it's like that's their instincts for the acting. You're not gonna.
That's true.
You're like true. You're not that person. Like they're gonna have a different mindset to you. Like even in class, like when we have like two actors doing the same role in different scenes, like you can see someone do it completely differently to the next person. But there's no right and there's no wrong.
I noticed that a lot in castings as well. They're like, so you're like, so I've shot quite a few castings, and obviously I'm in front of the camera, but there's a lot of actors waiting outside, and every single person that comes in does it differently. And I always think like, how do the actors outside feel about it? They might hear someone shouting and screaming in the other room going, oh, do I need to change up my delivery?
That's the worst. Oh, we're like, oh, I should have done that. I should have done that. And now the whole thing's go, no, that's the worst.
So you guys are obviously going to be with us for the next year at Instinctual Acting. So I think this year we're changing it up a little bit. So we're going to be doing, I think it's 4 productions. So we're trimming down on the amount of productions we do, but investing more into production value though. So we're not going to be shooting in the studio so much. We're going to be out on locations, getting location departments to actually scout locations for us, things like that. Do you prefer shooting in one location, or did you like moving around and using the space?
It's quite nice to try different things. Like sometimes it's like nice to be just in the studio. Sometimes, but then sometimes it's nice to have like a real location, and you get like, because once you're on location you have so much more to think about, like the background and like people going past, like you can't just be in your own space.
Do you find that easier though? So say for example we're in this room now and you've got to act like it's a kitchen. Do you find it harder to act when the set isn't what you're supposed to be in? So if we were actually shooting in a kitchen, say, does that make it easier for you to kind of interact with the set, or does that not really come into it?
I feel like, no, you go.
No, for me, being on the actual set that you're supposed to be in, so if it was a kitchen and being in a kitchen does make it easier, because it takes away sort of this, it almost it sets up your instinctual choices to come out a bit easier, because if there's a drawer with mugs in it and I'm talking to you, I might just reach and grab a mug or something like that. So it is easier, but then I guess part of the work that you do behind the scenes is your game plan, which is what Michael calls it, where you're starting to understand the space. So if you go to a set and it's a green screen, it doesn't matter, because you've already worked on the space that your character's in, which is very hard to do. And I'm still learning how to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And it just depends as well, like whether like you're going to be in like a kitchen setting or like an outdoor setting. Because then in a kitchen you're like, okay, you're in a kitchen. You're just doing what you do in a kitchen. Whereas you're outdoor, you've got to like focus on everything going on around you. Yeah. Rather than just like you talking to whoever you're talking to, if you're talking to someone, or like, oh, like you've got to be like, okay, this person's walking past, like don't completely ignore that person, because you wouldn't in real life. Yeah. So it's like kind of like you've got to, when you're on location, you've got to like think more about everything going on. Whereas like in there, you can kind of get away with just kind of what you're thinking and everything, like,
and your actions and your movement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Something that I was thinking about before I came was my first year. I don't know if you're the same. Was really getting used to being in front of the camera and just building the confidence to just, you know what, I feel like I'm gonna hug the person in my scene, so I'm just gonna do it. Right, that's really hard to do at the beginning. Coming up, reading the new kind of workshops and things, it feels like we're gonna focus a lot more on going home, building out your process, analyzing script, and coming back with a choice made. So that's really exciting for me because it's almost the next level of becoming an actor. Exactly. Now you're confident and comfortable in front of camera. Do the script work, do the character work, all that type of thing. Build your game plan. Yeah. That's quite exciting. That's cool.
I agree with that.
And is that kind of part of the reason you come to these classes? Because like you say, like once you're comfortable on the camera and you've got that confidence in front of the camera, then it's about coming up with your process your process as to how you approach each project. Is that one of the main things that comes out of coming to these classes? It's kind of starts becoming a bit of a format for you, or is it different every time? Would you say?
Ooh. I have to say it's different every time. Kind of.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
So
as much as there's like a structure, like there's the ideal structure of like how you kind of deal with like the script or like the character. I think every time it's going to be a little bit different, like depending on like what you're actually doing, like what the class is about, like what the script is about.
And sometimes you don't even need. You just read a script and you know this person already. Yeah. It's like you obviously need to prepare, but I can just fit into this character.
God,
and other
I love
ones,
it when that happens.
Other ones, I have a huge book where I'm just writing and things like that. Or I could be playing the same character as someone else. I'm writing out all these thoughts and everything, creating the thought, and then someone else doesn't make any notes. Like a couple actions on the script, and they just smash it. And I'm looking at the TV like, damn, how did you do that? So, but yeah, it's very different.
So you've both been here a couple of years now. Obviously I've worked on a few of the productions with you guys. What's the toughest character that you've both had, and what's your favourite character that you both had on which production?
Oh my god, okay. That's a really good question. I'm trying to think who I've done now.
Yeah.
No, you go, because I'm just thinking.
My toughest and most favourite character was Mitch from Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah.
Because he has such a, he has a very different like outward presenting personality than I do. But what I started to realise is at our core we're very similar. How I think of myself. And that was really interesting to start to understand that and be like, oh, actually, I would probably do the same thing here. And something I did with him that Michael taught us to do was come up with a secret that you don't tell any other actor in the scene.
Yeah.
And then when the director said, I think this is happening in your head, that was my secret. And I was like, oh, this is an amazing moment for me. This is the first and probably like only time it's ever gonna happen that it came out. So that's my favourite.
That was a really good script actually to do. That was a good shoot.
Yeah,
that one was probably one of my hardest actually. Just like, the character's just very different to me. It's like meant to be a little bit more of an older woman. Not old, but like, like I don't think I could pull off old, but like older than me and like kind of more like lived like a life. I was playing Eunice, the next door neighbour, so she's like a bit more like
full of wisdom.
Yeah, and I'm here like, don't think that's me. Not quite yet, anyway. Maybe give it a couple of years and I will be. But I quite like doing that one though. But I think my favourite is actually Dorabella, the most recent one we did in Dracula.
Oh, Dracula, yeah.
Dorabella and Dracula. I just like, it was just quite a nice one to do, like just...
She's really like sweet and innocent though as a character,
yeah,
isn't she?
she was, and I quite liked playing that like kind of...
But that's a massive contrast from the other one, from the Streetcar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, completely different, so...
That's the fun though, right?
That's the fun, it's like changing, yeah. And then we also did, the other one that I remember doing was Equity, and in that one I did like a little small one, but it was like financial like people, and it was like they're all completely different, but I loved them all.
I think that's the first one I was on with you actually.
Maybe.
I think it was. I think my first one with you was Othello. Mate, you smashed Othello. You smashed Othello.
Actually, when I say hard, sorry, it's just when something was hard, learning Othello dialogue, Shakespeare dialogue so quickly before shoots, that was tough.
That was well impressive though, man. I was well impressed by that. So, like, I was following, I was kind of like script supervisor as well, just reading the scripts. Like, It's word for word. He's literally word for word.
That was a lot of late nights. Like, oh my god, I need to learn this. Yeah, that was good.
So moving on quickly, one of the things we launched, last year now, New Year and all that, is Instinctual Acting Working Class Film Festival. So obviously you guys have been, but it's about the actors, but with a focus on filmmakers as well. So we opened it up to the general population to submit films.
The short films in that festival, by the way, were amazing.
Oh my god,
dude!
They were amazing.
We had over 1,100 films submitted for a first year for a film festival.
That's impressive.
Mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling.
That's a lot of films to watch.
Yeah, he's preaching to the
Sure
choir.
That was you.
I bet you got the good and the bad.
Yeah. No, there's some really talented filmmakers in there.
Yeah, they were really
but
good.
there was a lot of films.
Yeah.
A lot of films to go through.
The films were really good. I wasn't expecting them to be foreign language as well, which actually kind of made them a bit more interesting.
I love that. Yeah.
Well, they're all primarily foreign films. A lot from Iran, a lot from Turkey, all kinds of films.
That was
not
so
many
cool.
English films actually. Literally, like I saw about 20, I think, in total.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Loads from India as well. Loads of films from India. What awards did you guys win?
I didn't.
Did you not?
I did not.
I thought you did.
I mean, you can keep thinking that if you want. I don't mind. But no, not this year. Maybe next year.
I thought you did.
No, not me, but Jonathan did.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Most dramatic actor. Which I feel like that's best dramatic actor, I hope, not most dramatic.
Yeah.
Because that's not a good thing.
Set,
that's not like a good thing.
Just call it the
maybe a bit of both.
Yeah, a bit of both. maybe a good balance.
So we're going to wrap it up today, guys. But just a quick note. Michael, who we keep mentioning, is the big boss behind the curtain. And recently he has produced the IA Actors Handbook. I had looked through this personally. It is absolute gold dust. I'll put a link in the description below. You can download this online, or you can get the hard copy as well. And the extended version is going to be coming out this summer with about 300 pages. Again, absolute gold dust. Swear by it. Absolutely swear by it. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us, John and Emily. It's been a pleasure talking to you today, guys. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this, guys, please look us up online. We are www.instinctualacting.co.uk. We're on all the main socials, so Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the whole shebang. Yeah, feel free to follow us, and we'll see you next time. Thanks very much.